Manifest Destiny on Kindmaster 95.1, and here is your host, Art Ringer. We have a caller on the line today who we're going to call Mel, and Mel has a story for us about what he says is going on inside the Jade Empire. Mel, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Okay, Mel, before we dive into this hole, tell me something about yourself so we have some idea how you know, or at least why you believe, what you're going to tell us.
Art, as you know, I have to be very careful about what I say. I don't want the CIA to target me.
The CIA?
Yes, Art, the CIA. They tried to assassinate the Jade Emperor, and if they knew who I was telling you this, I wouldn't have 24 hours to live myself.
Okay, Mel, hold on a minute, and let me remind my listeners that the Jade Emperor is not Wu Fangchu, who was killed by his own daughter, but Lee Walser, an American citizen who is also a superhero called Paladin. So you're saying that the CIA attempted to assassinate an American citizen?
That is exactly what I'm saying, Art, and why should we believe you? Because I was involved in refurbishing the robot that they sent after him. It was an infernal machine manufactured in 1977 by the Yodo Mortar Corporation.
They used a 45-year-old mech? Doesn't the CIA have access to newer technology?
Yes, but they wanted to make sure it couldn't be traced back to them, so they used a robot confiscated from Dr. Yodo when he was defeated.
Well, do you know who ordered the attack, or why they would want to kill Paladin, a guy who won a Nobel Peace Prize?
It was a former CIA deputy director, Avery Bullock. He was sent as an ambassador to the Jade Empire, but Paladin got mad at him and sent him home. Avery said that Paladin was working against America's interest in the Jade Empire and in the wider Far East, so the CIA, acting without the president's knowledge, passed the robot to a radical pro-democracy group in the Jade Empire with instructions to take out the Emperor.
What group was this?
The Tin Tigers.
The Tin Tigers. I've never heard of them.
Dr. Weird, you're the only member of the team that I recognize.
You remember me. I'm sure you also remember Paladin, Swansong, Gadget, and Shadow. Please tell me about yourself. I'm curious.
I was weak, injured, and my siblings, who were so desperately hungry, they would have ripped me apart for food. But suddenly they felt the call of the sword. I felt it myself, but I could only drag myself slowly, and the call of the sword faded with the dying cries of my siblings. I was left alone, but alive. You and your team saved me. I did not survive because I was the most fit. I survived by chance. Fickle fortune smiled on me, and I knew that I must share what I had learned, so I became the bishop. And I help the outcasts of the world.
I don't understand, Doctor. What is he talking about?
My first mission with Team Gold, we came to the storm drains to exterminate a brood of krakens that had just hatched. Paladin used a cursed sword of monster attraction to draw them to himself so he could kill them.
Yes, I knew you would remember us. My mother taught us that only the strongest would survive, but you proved her wrong. By killing the strongest, Paladin allowed me to survive. Thank you, Team Gold. I owe you my life.
I shudder to ask, but How have you survived all this time? You've grown remarkably in less than 2 years. What do you eat?
I'm sorry. I know I shouldn't laugh at your fears, but I assure you my appetites, while not exactly delicate and refined, do not run into human flesh. My siblings and I had hunted the rats and insects of the storm drains to extinction. Some of us had taken to cannibalism. Remember, our mother had taught us that only the strongest should survive. I fed on the bodies of my siblings, and before that food ran out, the rats and insects had returned. I also have occasionally enjoyed more exotic delicacies, such as frogs, lizards, cats, and squirrels. But since that miraculous day when I became the bishop, I have had the privilege of dining on a wide variety of foods brought to me by my grateful followers. I am most fond of chicken.
What makes you a bishop? What are you teaching these people?
And why are you turning them into a dangerous street gang? A street gang? Oh no, if that's what they've become, it isn't because of my teachings, but rather a sign that they've failed me. Or perhaps I have failed them. Either way, this is not what I want them to be. I wanted them to be a charitable army that would spread our holy message to the poorest of the poor, offering them comfort in the present and hope for the future.
Well, that's pretty vague. What exactly are you telling them?
Predator, we are not here to question or challenge their religion. We are here because of the disappearance of homeless people, the theft of property, and robbery.
Doc, he has telepathy, but he's saying he doesn't know anything. How does that make sense?
I can see we're going to have to find some other form of silent communication for situations like this.
What? What do you mean? We have...
Oh! We can all avoid a lot of trouble now if you'll just answer a few questions truthfully. Our teachings are for the poorest of the poor. You can depart with the knowledge that your time is short. Those at the top will fall. Those at the bottom shall rise up. I owe my life to you, but not to you alone. And I will not betray those who made me the bishop.
And no, Michael, they don't call me the bishop just because I have a big point on my head.
I couldn't help wondering about it. I wasn't going to ask him.
We'll also have to have a class on guarding our thoughts.
Why did you come here of all places? Well, I wasn't planning on coming here until I got lost and looked for something familiar. When were you ever here? I've heard the royal family talk about this place, and I saw it on TV. Are you ready to go home now? I've been exposed as a spy. I failed my father. I have no home to go to. I mean the palace here in Hong Kong, not the metal realm. I'm waiting on my Big Mac.
Number 12?
Wow, that was fast. I guess I'll get something while we're here. I want a fillet of fish and a cherry Coke. It looks bigger on TV. And why is there so much paper? There's a wrapper for the sandwich, a little bag for the fries, a napkin to wipe your hands, and a bag to carry it all in. Mine also gets a paper cup. Kitty, what are they going to do to me? Do to you? I was exposed as a spy. I don't know. I think Papa just wants to talk to you.
Number 13?
So, this is American food?
Yeah, but the part of America I lived in had a lot of Chinese food.
People here must travel a lot.
Yeah, some of us do. Papa said to tell you he's not mad at you, and he won't tell your brother that you got caught. Let's go upstairs so we can sit down at a table to eat.
He Wangzi must know something is wrong by now, after I've been gone so long.
Don't worry, I'll call Papa and tell him we're at McDonald's, and we're going to see the Immortal Paladin and Team Gold Kung Fu clones.
Is that movie still in theaters?
Sure is.
The Muppet that plays you in the movie is funny looking. Sharon, I'm sorry, but A-Show rules are very clear. You have to disclose all of your superhuman abilities, and you didn't. I don't like this any more than you, but I don't have a choice. I have to take disciplinary action.
Disciplinary action? You mean you're not going to fire me?
Oh, Lord, I hope not. You're an asset to the team. I'm hoping I can just suspend you without pay for a while, but I have to call General Shepard.
General Shepard?
Right. I was afraid of this.
Afraid of what?
With all the trouble the green flashes have caused, this doesn't rate very highly on the General's priorities. We've been directed to schedule an inquisition.
Inquisition?
Sorry, I meant inquiry on the 5th of March. I'm sorry, but until then you'll have to be suspended without pay. Amen.
Lee, where's Kitty?
She's gone to see a movie.
This meat's raw. You're supposed to cook it in the sauce.
Oh, heck, this is that hot pot stuff Eddie told me about.
Lee, I heard from your mama today they reached that Mount Pingley place. Sakura and Bailong are gonna rest there a while before they come home. Did they see any dinosaurs? You need to call them yourself and talk to them. Sakura showed you how.
Okay, Mama, all right. Right after dinner.
Paladin,
What's up, Yulong? I'm terribly sorry to disturb your meal, but Dongfang Li says that several very serious matters have come to his attention. He wants your permission to call an emergency cabinet meeting in secret.
In secret?
Yes, sire. This is a very troubling situation.
Well, you still need to call your mama first.